I think one thing on the bucket list of most every GM out there is to be able to run an evil campaign, but it is not easy. There is not a lot of pre-written content out there to support it, and it's not easy for players to roleplay evil characters who can actually work together toward a common goal. That's where Villainous Champions of the Shadowkeep comes in, the subject of today's paid Kickstarter preview. This book includes more than 200 pages of 5e content that helps your players develop villainous characters. You get 12 new monstrous races and archetypes, rules for developing your own evil lair, more than 50 new monsters and followers you can recruit to be your henchmen and goons, more than 50 new evil artifacts and traps to thwart any pesky heroes who may come banging on your lair door without a warrant, and an adventure that'll take your evil party from levels 3 to 8. If at any time you want to learn more, just use the link in the corner of your screen up there or in the doohickey down below to go check out the Kickstarter page. And if you back during the first 48 hours, you can get a free deck of magic item cards with your purchase. This is the same company that made the super creative Peculiar Discoveries Kickstarter last year, and they know how to make fun items with gorgeous art. As we go through this, keep in mind that the Kickstarters are subject to change, like all of them, so be sure you click through to that official Kickstarter page to get more information. In some ways, this book really brings back those old memories of that Dungeon Keeper PC game from the 90s, and it does share some of that same kind of tongue-in-cheek vibe. Let's start by talking about base building. Your party will get to choose the location for their evil base of operations. Maybe they'll start out in a farm outside of town, or a rundown inn at a disused crossroads, or in a dark and foreboding cemetery. At certain pledge tiers, you can even get double-sided layer tiles to fully customize the battle map for your lair. The tiles have furnished rooms on one side and empty rooms on the other if you want to use scattered terrain of your own. And during your misadventures, you'll find powerful relics, artifacts, and magic items that you can store in your base, which might grant some magical effects to the rooms in which they're stored. You can then create and set traps for those heroic trespassers, and recruit monsters and minions to guard the base in your absence. And there is an in-universe way for your PCs to control some of those monsters in combat as well. And with more than 50 new monsters and followers and more than 50 new evil artifacts and traps, your players will have a ton of options to effectively defend their evil lair and all their hard-fought-for loot. To make these lair incursions easy for the Dungeon Master to manage, they've made 24 different archetypal heroes with simplified powers and a system of perks to keep things efficient but unpredictable for your players. While our regular 5e rules give us some monstrous races that we can use for the PCs, the creators of the Kickstarter have made some really fun, new, flavorful ones for Shadowkeep. You've got the terrible, two-headed magic ogre designed for 2 players working together, or trying to work together. You've got the corrupted beastmen, who are cryptids with an affinity for magic and perfect foils for those pesky heroic mages, and that's just a sampling of what they have in store. The campaign itself has a lot of that Dungeon Keeper style humor, though of course you can darken it up if you want to. The PCs will plan elaborate heists, form alliances of convenience, and attempt to overthrow a kingdom, all the while trying to stay one step ahead of a group of heroes sent to track them down. If you're worried about it being a campaign full of chaotic, evil murder hobos, this campaign isn't that. Your villains are going to have to be smart and coordinated and mischievous if they're going to outsmart the rulers of the kingdom. There's certainly some room for those Joker-style chaotic evil PCs for wily players who know how to run a character like that while not messing up the game for everybody else. So be sure you set those expectations with your players during your session zeros. And if you want to check out the style and layout and writing and everything Shadowkeep has to offer, they've made Chapter 1 available for free as a download over on the Kickstarter page, so go check that out. But now let me show you a few of the goodies that are available as add-ons and that are included in certain pledge tiers. They have a deck of 50 plus monster cards that your PCs can use as a reference when they're setting up their lair defenses. It's not too often that players get to use monster reference cards, so this might be pretty cool for them. You can also get thick cardboard tokens to use in lieu of minis on your game maps. They have medium-sized 1-inch tokens and large-sized 2-inch tokens. There is a custom DM screen full of useful information that you'll want to to have at your fingertips for your Champions of the Shadowkeep adventures. You can also get a matte black plastic set of dice to really set the mood at your table. And finally, they have a super cute baby vampire dice bag that's about 4 inches square and made of vegan leather to carry your dice around in style. Let's talk about those pledge tiers. The campaign is run out of Montreal, Canada, so the tier amounts are in Canadian dollars. I'll give you the rough US dollar equivalent at the time I'm making this video, but of course, money exchange rates fluctuate, so do keep that in mind. For 36 Canadian, or about 26 US dollars, you can get the PDF version of Villainous Champions of the Shadowkeep. For 49 Canadian, or about 36 US, you can get the digital pack, which also includes VTT digital assets like battle maps, tokens, reference cards of the henchmen and the monsters, and reference cards of the magic items, all digital. For 62 Canadian, or about 46 US, you can get the hardcover book and the PDF version of the book. The hybrid pack is 99 Canadian, or about 73 US dollars, and it includes the hardcover book, the battle map tiles, the physical henchmen and monster reference card decks, the book PDF, and the digital bundle. Next, we have the full pack, which includes everything from the previous tiers plus the DM screen and the token pack. That is 129 Canadian, or about 95 US dollars. And the top tier is the Vampire Bundle, which includes everything. You get all the previous stuffs, plus the cute vampire dice bag, the matte black dice set, and the special vampire edition of the book. That one is 187 Canadian, or about 138 US dollars. And of course, they have stretch goals to unlock new features and components as they get more and more funding. They'll have pre-gen characters, new thematic backgrounds, more VTT tokens, a new set of traps, and they'll upgrade the quality of the components of the hardcover book. Go check out the Kickstarter for all the info on those stretch goals. And as I always say, remember that Kickstarter is not a store. You are helping a creator bring a project into the world. The estimated delivery date for the digital goods is July 2023 at the time I'm filming this, and for the physical books and goods is December 2023. And there's always some inherent risk with Kickstarters. I screen all the ones I choose to present to you, but you should also read through the project yourself to make sure that you are comfortable backing as well. Villainous Champions of the Shadowkeep gives you a whole new way to play 5e, and for those GMs and players who've been wanting to live life on the dark side, this book may be exactly what you all have been looking for. You can check out Villainous Champions of the Shadowkeep using the link in the corner of your screen up there or in the doohickey down below. Let me know what you think of it, or if you have any questions down in that comment section down below. And if you're new to me, my name is Theo. I'm the co-proprietor of the Gallant Goblin on YouTube, where we review minis and terrain and TTRPG books and more. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. For now though, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.